Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to show you how to build an easy coming soon page. This is another in our series of Divi for beginners, and you can check out the other videos in this series from the playlist link below the video. Great idea to have a coming soon page when you're building your site. It's a page with no links on it, just gives a bit of info about your site. You could put a little form in it if you wanted to collect information from people. Just gives people an idea of when the site's going to be up and running. So let's get started. I'm going to create a new page. I'm going to go up to New. I'm going to hit Page up here. Once you're open, we'll give it a name. I guess I'll call it Coming Soon. Now here's the really important part. What we want to do, we want to go over to this right hand side here. Make sure you're on the Page tab, not the Block tab. So once on the Page tab, go down to Template. Click on Default Template. And what we're going to do, we're going to change it from Default Template to Blank Page. What that's going to do, it's going to create a page that doesn't have a menu bar at the top, or a logo, or anything like that, or a footer. So it's just a blank page that we can build our little Coming Soon page with. Let's use the Divi Builder. Going to build from scratch. I'm going to put a single column in. And for my initial module, obviously you can put in anything you want. I'm going to use a blurb module. It's one of my favorite little modules because we can put an image in, we've got a title and a bit of content there. I'm going to leave that just like it is. We'll come back and style that in just 1 second. Okay, if we click on here, we've got a blue tab for a section. It always puts in the section by default on a new page. We've just added a row with a single column in it, the green tab. And we've got a module in it, our little blurb module, the dark tab. If I go up into my section here, you can see it's only about, I don't know, 55% of the page height. I want this to be full page height. Just so you can see what's going on, I'm going to put an image in the background. I'm going to go in there. Background, always under content. Have a look at our backgrounds video, tell you everything you need to know about making stunning backgrounds with Divi. I'm going to add an image. I'm going to go over to image here. You've got a color, gradient, image, video, background pattern, and background mask. Well, these things can be combined if you want them to. Great. I guess I used that one. Let's use that one again. When you put an image, you can choose whether to have it parallax. We've gone over that before. I'm having mine cover. That means it's going to cover the whole of the section background there. Obviously, you can change it however you want to fit, actual size, stretch. And again, we've gone over all of this in our backgrounds video. Take a look at that if you're not sure what's going on. Okay, so we can see the actual height of our section here. Now we've got an image in the background. I want this to be full screen height on all devices, whether it's tablet or mobile or desktop. So to achieve that, I'm going to go over to my design. Always find sizing under design. There it is. I'm going to click on there. I'm going to roll down to height where it says height there. I'm going to type in 100 VH for viewable height. As you can see, that's now stretched to the full height of our screen here. And any device you look on now, if we switch it to tablet, that background will be the full height of that device. Mobile, same thing. Great. Well, now we've got our little background going and we've ensured that this is going to fill the whole page on every device. Let's decorate our little blurb module and build our little Coming Soon page. I'm going to save the section. Happy with that one. And go back into the blurb module, again, the dark tab. Okay, down here, put in whatever you want your title to say. I'm going to say big launch soon. And I'll change that writing so you can see it a lot better in a minute. I'm going to leave the actual content just as it is. I've got no real content. Obviously, put any content in there you want. This is a WYSIWYG section, so you can align. You can make headings if you want to. You can add media, such as images. And you can add bullet lists, bold, italicized, and add links if you need to. Okay, image and icon. I want my little logo to be there. So I'm going to click on the little field. There's my little white logo from my last video. I'm going to click on it. Upload. Fantastic. And let's go with this text now. You can do them individually by hitting the little paintbrush. It'll take you straight to it. I'll show you that in a moment. Or you can go to Design, and there's a regular text tab there, which will do both of them at once, but it's limited things you can actually edit it with it here. I want to pop it in the middle. Want it to be light in color. Now you should see it a bit better. Not going to worry about text shadow or anything like that. Like I say, you can do title text and body text separately by either clicking on these tabs or rolling over and going a little paintbrush. Let's make that title a little bit bigger. I'm going to hit the little paintbrush. Took us straight to it. It's an H4. You can change it to whatever you want. I'm happy with that though. Change the font if you want to. Divi's got absolutely crazy amount of font. It really does. To audition one, just roll over it. It'll give you an example of that font. I'm leaving mine on the default. I will make my title bold. And I'll capitalize it. And perhaps make it a bit bigger. About 25 pixels, something like that. Okay, this actual content, our row is this wide. And our content's taking about, well, it's taking up about 550 pixels with a blur module. This is common to this module. If you want to spread that out a bit more, it's still in our design. If we go to sizing, let's close up title text there. Here's our sizing. There's a default content width of 550. If you want to make it bigger, you can slide this up. And as you can see, it's spreading out. Or you can make it skinnier if you want to. And as with all things Divi, if you do something you don't like what you've done, simply select it, delete it, it'll go back to the original for you. I'm okay with that. That works for me fine. Okay, well, let's just tell them when it's coming. We'll add a little countdown timer. Little dark button to add a new module. Here's our nice list of modules, and there's plenty of them with Divi. They've got enough to build just about any site. If you're happening to use WooCommerce and selling products, you'll see another one right here that'll give you another dozen or so modules to style your products with. It's great. Okay, well, let's find our little countdown timer. There it is right there. By default, it puts it in. My default color is that blue there with a background. I'm not going to have a title there. If you want a title, that's fine. I think that's self-explanatory up there. So I'm simply going to select the title. I'm going to delete it. If we roll down, here's where you can set your date. Just roll this to where you want it. You've got your months up here, your days down here. Put the day that you want to open your site at. Obviously, you can come back at any time and change this. You can set an hour and a minute down here on these sliders here. When you're happy, move on down. I'm not going to link this to anything, but if you did want to link to something like an info page or something like that, you could put a link in here. If you're linking to your own site, always best practice, keep it in the same window. If you're linking off-site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. This blue background, I'm not too keen on that. I am going to have a background. I think I'll change it to black and pull the opacity down so we can see a bit of that image behind. But we want to make sure that this text stands out nicely. And as you can see while I'm rolling over it, any of this text, you can go to the little paintbrush here. It'll take you straight to whatever the paintbrush is linked to there. As you roll over, it puts a little box around the thing that it's linked to. Okay, I'm going to leave mine just as they are, but I am going to change that background right there. So background is just below, always under content. I'm going to make mine black in color. That's great. But I want to see a bit of that spacey picture behind, and common to all colors. You can click on the color field. You'll see a variegated slider. If we start pulling this down, you'll start to see that image bleed through the picture there. Or bleed through the color, I should say. Take it down to wherever it is you want it, making sure, of course, that this text is still very legible. Right, we're pretty much there. I'd kind of like to make this module a little skinnier, a little more in line, perhaps, with our text above, but that's entirely up to you. So again, in design, we can go to that sizing again, as we did with the one above. Here's the width. We can take it down till it's about the width that you want it. A little bit more, maybe, something like that. Let's round that up to 70%. You can slide, you can type in a number, then you can increment up and down with the little arrows. And this is common to all modules here. That's great. And I want it in the middle. And we're good to go. Let's just save that. I'd like to see this text and everything a little more centered on the page. And there's a simple way of doing it, and there's a little bit of code that we can add, which isn't really a beginner's thing, but I'll show you for anybody that's interested in a moment. What I'm going to do is show you the normal way of doing things, which is to go up into our section here. We're going to add a bit of padding to the top to push this down a little bit so it's more central. So I'm going to go into my little section here. Design. You'll always find spacing under design. Here's padding. Here's top. I'm going to give it, let's try 10%. 10 in the percent sign. Yeah, it's okay. It's about right, actually. Get down a couple. Something like that. What about 8%? Now we can check it on tablet and mobile. If you need to, you can have completely different settings on everything in every module with Divi. By rolling over, you'll see this dark writing. Rolling over this dark writing, you'll see these little icons appear. There's a little mobile phone type icon. There is here. Click on it. You've got a desktop. We've got our 8% on there. Let's have a look on tablet. Click on the tablet version. It goes to tablet. I think I might up that 8% to maybe 10% on tablet. Or even more. 12%. 15%. Wherever it works for you, basically. We can do exactly the same thing for mobile. There it is on mobile. Let's perhaps make it 20% on mobile. That's right, just whatever you want to do. Now I'm going to undo this, and on mobile we could take those numbers down a little bit as well because they're a bit squashed there. But I'm going to show you a different way now. I'm going to take all of those away. Simply delete that one. Go back to tablet, delete that one. We'll delete that one. So we're back to how we were. What we can actually do is while we're in our section here, we can go over to the Advanced tab. Here's our custom CSS. Like I say, this isn't really beginner stuff, but it may interest you. It's a really good thing to know. There's a freeform CSS tab they've just added, which is awesome. We need to go to the Module Elements tab next door. We're going to roll down after the pseudo element before. We've got main element here. If I type in 2 words here, display, colon, flex, semicolon, you can see that's jumped down, and that is actually right in the middle of our whole page there. And that'll be the same way on all devices. I'll put this little line of code down below if you want to use it. You're welcome to. And just to demonstrate, let's save that. Let's take a look on tablet. As you can see, it's right in the middle of the screen on tablet too. And also on mobile there. Like I say, we can take these down on mobile. Let's go into this module. Going to go to design. And it's the numbers text. If we roll down to the actual size, text size, we'll roll over. There's the little phone type icon. Let's make sure we're on mobile. We are. We can take that text size down until it fits a little bit better. Like I say, you can do that with pretty much everything. 24. And these actually need to go down just a little bit. So if I hit the little paintbrush, it should take us to those, the label text. And again, make sure we're on mobile. Hit the little icon, make sure we're on mobile. Take that down just slightly till it fits for us. Perfect. Now this is great, works perfectly. That looks fine on that device, on this device, and also on desktop. Happy with all of that. The only thing you want to bear in mind, if possible, when you're building, check it on these real devices. This will get you pretty close, and usually it'll work fine, but do check your live sites on the real devices, because you may have to take this down slightly or up slightly. This is a good guide, but it's not exact. So there we are. When you're happy, let's save our changes here. We'll save draft or publish. In fact, let's publish this page, and I'll show you how to set it as your home page, which is what you're going to want to do. If we hit the publish button, you can only set pages at the home page once they've been published. Let's exit the Visual Builder now. Make sure everything looks good. Yeah, that works for me. We've got the countdown going. We can read everything okay, and we've got our little logo there. So let's set this as a home page. To do that, go down to your dashboard. I just hit the little dashboard icon there. And we'll go down there. Once at the dashboard, we need to go down to Appearance and then Customize. Or you can go down to Divi and Theme Customizer. They both take you to exactly the same page, which is this page right here. If we look down the list, we've got homepage settings right here. Now, by default, when you come to this page, if you haven't already set one as the home page, it's going to be set to your latest post, and it's going to look like this. So what we need to do is click it on a static page there. And under home page, you've got all your published pages. Now, your drafts will not appear here. Only published pages will appear here. That's why we had to publish that page just now. There it is, coming soon page. Click on the page you want. And there's our little coming soon page now set as our home page. Once you make any changes in your customizer, make sure and go up to the publish button, click on it. Now if we go to our site now, actually visit the site, you'll see that that's now our home page. So there you go, guys. There's how to build a little coming soon page for your site. Great thing to have when you're building it. Really easy to do with the Divi theme. Just use that blank page template. Don't forget, if you have any questions about this today, please pop them down below. I'll do my best to explain them, or make a little demo video like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.